Speaking of re-putt, I got to tell you this funny story. So my uncle and my cousins, they play by different rules at golf. And that's what we were over in Scotland, and they were like shocked by like, oh, you don't take 2 off the first tee? I thought that was like a rule.
What they call a breakfast ball?
Breakfast ball. Well, you get a breakfast ball in that hole, and you get a breakfast ball in 10.
Wow.
But they also have a rule called a gallery ball. Gallery ball, if you hit it in the heather, well, if there was a gallery here, they'd be able to find my ball. My ball should be right here. A gallery ball, and drop a ball, no penalty, because it's supposed to be right here. If there was a gallery. I never heard of that.
I like that. All right, we're adopting some new rules.
Gallery ball.
Yeah, my brother-in-law, he's like, oh, it's in the trap? No, there's no traps today.
Make yourself at home, do your do. Welcome to my pad, this your lab. Go create your move. I got a crib by the water. Say me casa, su casa. It feels like Casablanca. Shawty, you my little mama. I got a
What's good, everybody? It's 99 miles per hour with Percy Garner, and thank you for being here. If you're new, please hit the like and subscribe button. We got videos, podcasts, pitching tips, a lot of stuff coming up. Also, follow me on my socials. They're down below. And also, I want to make sure you guys remember the link to the Discord where we can talk about baseball and whatever you like will be down below as well. I'm trying to build a community there. I love Discord. It's the best app ever made. So if you have any questions, just hit me up on the socials and I'll walk you through the setup. Also, if you want to get in contact with me, visit percygarner.com. Actually, some people are already getting pitching lessons through my website. So if you want to get in contact with me, that'll be the best way. Also, did I mention like and subscribe and follow me on my socials? Thank you. All right, so we got a special guest today. Very excited. I had to pull his leg to get on the show. But no, it's really exciting. But before we get there, I just want to mention one thing that I enjoy, making this content. And, the people that come on the show, they're not paid. I don't have to do much to get them on. I just ask, and they're kind, and they come on. That's including, Guardians players, any of my friends from the past that come on. It's just been a blast, and we're coming up on the 100th episode, so that's why I thought I would mention something like this. But that's enough of that stuff. Let's get to our guest. So our guest, I just met like 5 minutes ago. No, I'm messing. No, I've heard a lot about him. Professional golfer, played, and I don't just mean any professional. Like, I live by a professional golfer, but he's really not that good. The guy I got in studio today is a real professional golfer. Shout out to Blake Sattler. But no, he was participated in the U.S. Open, and we're going to get into that. But he's also, something that I find more important. Obviously, a lot of people might look at him as a golfer, but I got to know, the man behind the swing. Is that a thing?
Can be.
Yes. But no, I'm really excited to have him on the show and hear his story and just talk about his great experiences he's had through life and the experience he's going to have after the show. So
that's right. Without
without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Tyler Light.
Thank you, Percy. Appreciate it, buddy.
How is it being on 99 miles per hour? It's bright lights, it's scary, you're nervous,
well,
right?
First off, you mentioned we don't get paid. I thought this is news to me.
I thought I told you.
No, you asked for my Venmo. I thought that was news to me. All right.
My bad. I'm sorry, Miss
Let me get up out of here.
See, I told you I had to,
twist my leg.
Yeah, I had to twist his leg to get it. What did I say the first time? Pulled his leg. I was pulling his leg.
Twist my arm.
Yes, that's what I meant. But no, we're gonna have to go out and hit some golf balls together.
Yeah,
teach me, tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Absolutely.
And hopefully you can teach me something, that Blake didn't teach me, because that lesson just didn't help Blake. No, I'm joking.
What he does is that he helps you temporarily so you have to come back.
Ah, smart man.
Yeah, he's
a businessman.
That's right. That's what he is.
But no, I'm very excited to have you on the show. Obviously, that was my whole mastermind. But like, I think we had a 3-hour breakfast/lunch meeting.
Yeah, breakfast, lunch, dinner meeting.
Well, I didn't know what I was, I was just like, hey, man, this is awesome. He wants to have a conversation, hear my life story.
Yeah.
And I think you enjoyed the whole
Oh,
conversation.
I love the whole thing. I sat you down. I said, start from when you're a child. I want to hear everything. Go.
And that's what we usually do on this podcast. But usually they don't last 3 hours. So, but just see the way you're interacting with me. I love the energy. And you know, I'm going to be following you closely now. I should have known that you were in Scotland if I was looking at your Instagram and stuff like that. But hey,
no,
you got to play at some cool course or something. No,
yeah, the new course. It might be the old course. Can't remember. Yeah, I think it's the old course.
they just built it, right? No.
yeah, last year.
But no, you took a trip to Scotland.
Yes, sir.
And just tell us a little bit about that. I've never been out of the country. I don't count Canada. Actually, no, I just went to Aruba. So Aruba in Canada.
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah.
So, but tell us your trip to Scotland.
So yeah, that was the first time I went across the pond. First time over there. And so my uncle reached out to me back in January and said, "Hey, my cousins and his sons and my dad, like they're all going. Like, do you want to go?" Like,
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Sign me up. I'm in. So a couple things kind of happened and thought I wasn't going to go. And then turned out I was able to go. And then back in May, told you I had knee surgery.
Yes.
So I put that on hold. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't go to Scotland. Told the surgeon, said, hey, he was asking if I have any plans in the summertime, any tournaments or anything. I said, there's one thing. I'm going to Scotland. I got to be ready for it.
Yeah. Wasn't golf invented there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go. You
gotta go. So we got ready for it, had surgery, and was able to play and able to go over there. And when they booked it, they said we're going to play 36 holes every day, walking. They don't have carts over there, so we're walking. And I told my uncle, I said, "Have you ever walked 18 holes?" He goes, "Well, no, it can't be that hard. We have caddies." I'm like, oh, you don't know. You just don't know. So we took a red eye on Saturday, got to Edinburgh on Sunday around 11 o'clock. And then we had a tea time at 1 o'clock.
Dang.
So we landed around 10:30, got to our hotel, Glen Eagles Hotel. It's where they had the Ryder Cup a few years back. And that hotel was awesome.
Really?
So we get in our hotel, my bag, all my clothes are soaking wet because when we drove from North Canton up to Cleveland Airport, it stormed. One bag got wet.
Yours.
So I pull out all my clothes and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be miserable. So I walk to the first tee. I'm soaking wet. Wind is just howling and strike one right down the center. I'm like, all right,
we're good.
This is awesome. I'm ready to go. This is great.
Yeah, I wish I knew what that felt like.
Well, if you got a lesson from me instead of Blake, you know. But anywho.
Love it.
So yeah, we played 18 holes that first day that we got there. And then we played, so Glen Eagles has 3 courses, the Kings, Queens, and PGA Centenary course where they had the Ryder Cup.
Okay.
So we played the Queens course on Sunday, woke up next morning around 6 o'clock. We played the Kings course and then quickly made our way over to the PGA Centenary course. And luckily PGA Centenary gets carts.
Oh, okay. I was about to say,
so
Lordy.
Thank God. Yeah, that was because we walked the first 18. I haven't played 36 holes in a day since college. Like college tournaments used to be you walk 36 and then the next day you play 18. So that was kind of what it was. And I have not done that since college.
I didn't know that's how college was.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wow.
Yeah.
Walking 36. So I should be able to walk 9 then, right?
Well, the thing is, like, no offense, golfers like you that hit it crooked, you're going to walk a lot more.
That's true. That's true.
And it's hard.
Offense taken.
So I'm looking at my dad and he's just walking like, he's going to be exhausted. But we had caddies, but the thing was the caddies, there were 4 caddies. So they just watch our golf ball. They're not carrying our bag. We have push carts.
Okay.
You think push carts are fine until like Wednesday when you're playing 36 for the 3rd time in a row and they have electric push carts. And at the beginning of the week, you're like, the old guys can take the electric push carts. And by Wednesday, you're like, I need an electric push cart. My feet hurt. My calves hurt. My calf was cramping on Tuesday on my follow through. I've never had my calf cramp before golfing.
Really? Completely
new scenario trying to fight through.
Dang. Yeah. I can't imagine. I mean, I'm assuming you have a violent swing.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. But after the knee surgery, I'm trying to I'm trying to ease into it. So I've always loaded into my left knee and then like explode. Because when I was 10 years old, Tiger came out with a book called How I Play Golf.
Oh, I thought you were about to say, I talked to Tiger.
No,
Something to say,
no.
what the?
I gave Tiger a little bit of heads up info and no. So
He wrote a book.
His book, and I just happened to flip. I read the whole thing, and there's only one thing that jumped out at me. And when I was a kid, I just wanted to hit it as far as possible, like that. So my dad told me to do hit it as far as possible. We'll figure it out later. That's what he said.
Like it.
Well, the one page, it said Tiger snaps his left leg to get an extra 25 yards. So I was like, oh.
Snaps. That doesn't sound good, though.
Yeah, just on the downswing, you just snap your left leg.
Okay, I can see that. That's what I do when I pitch. My pitch, like, my leg is bent when I land, and then it just when I throw. So
you torque and pop on it.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. And that's why I'm out of baseball, because I've torn my meniscus.
Right there with you. Right there with you.
Yeah. And that's similar too, right? Lateral.
Yeah, lateral.
Okay, we need to stop snapping our leg. It sounds terrible.
Stop snapping.
And 25 yards, is it really worth it?
Apparently, no. For Tiger, it worked. A couple majors, but a couple knee surgeries later, too.
Yeah, I was about to say. We all got that in common.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, not so much of a violent swing anymore. But actually, while I was over in Scotland, my driver broke. Speaking of violence.
Ooh.
Shout out to TaylorMade. Appreciate it.
Was that the Stealth?
Yeah. The face. So we're playing. We play Glen Eagles, and then we leave. We played Dumbarnie, and Dumbarnie is a link style course ranked top 25 in the UK. Wow. And on the 8th hole, I hit my drive, hit it straight. And I'm like, that sounded funny. Like, that just didn't sound right. And you hit hundreds and drives and thousands, you know the sound.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, that didn't sound right. So I'm playing with Dad, and I tell him, like, something's not right. Well, the next driver swing, hit driver, and the ball comes off knuckly and goes like 40 yards right, falls out of the sky within like half a second.
Just like got sniped out of the air?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was crazy. Look at the face, and that carbon fiber face that it has was peeling away from the driver. Duh. And I was actually supposed to play the old course the next day. But I'm like, I don't have a driver.
Oh, no. You didn't have a backup driver?
Again, shout out TaylorMade. Give me backup.
Yeah, I need one too. I need a driver.
Yeah, you need a driver. Yeah. So I was like, oh my gosh. So driver's my favorite club in my bag.
I was about to say, so what'd you do to get through the rest of it? How long did you stay?
We stayed 1 week. So the club broke Wednesday. We played Dumbarnie and a course called Ely Links in the afternoon. And Ely was, I think, honestly, it was built in like 1560s, 1567.
That's a long time ago.
It was crazy. It was nuts. And we get there, and they have a giant periscope that you look through to see if the group in front of you is out of the way, because there's a giant hill that you have to hit over top of it. And in the clubhouse, that's the only one in the world that has this periscope that you look through to see if the group in front of you is out of the way to hit.
Dang, I needed that the other day, because I usually hit like 220, 240, and then I hit a 300-yard drive, and somebody was up there on the green, and I was like, oh, and they waved. They were like,
I don't do this very often.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I drove up to him. I'm like, I'm so sorry. He was like, hey, man, nice drive.
Where was that at?
At Zor. On
really?
hole 8. Actually birdied.
You made birdie?
Yeah, my first birdie this year.
Good job. Good job.
7th month of the year. First birdie.
It's only the second time you played, though, right?
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, the periscope, that helped.
Oh, so cool. Yeah, you needed that.
Yeah. Still shot a 105, but go ahead.
With the birdie.
Yes. Birdie and a par. And then other ones we're not going to discuss.
What'd you do in the hole after you made birdie? That's the key.
Hole 9, actually, that's the one I had a bogey, but my approach shot, I thought it was right in line. I was like, ooh, but it was a little long, but I was still happy that it went straight. So
yeah, there you go.
I'm happy when it goes straight. I don't care if it goes longer.
So you played 8 and 9 even par, and the rest of the golf course.
Well, 10, 11, 12 were triple bogeys.
Consistent. Okay.
But I had too much to eat, I guess.
3 hot dogs at the turn.
Well, they didn't have my burger dogs in. Come on, Zor. We need the burger dogs at all times.
Zor has burger dogs?
Yeah. It literally is a burger shaped as a hot dog. It's the best thing
cheese
ever.
in it?
Well, the one I had didn't have cheese. I'm sure they have some cheese though.
Yeah.
I just put ketchup. It was all right. It was amazing. Actually, she sold it to me for a discount because she said it had been on there for a while. And I said, I'll take that. I'll take a $1 burger dog any day.
It's been here a while.
It was still good.
It's actually, I threw it out. Should have thrown it out last week. It's fine. You can have it.
Shout out to Soar Village Golf. It was lovely. Burger dog.
Good.
But yeah, so obviously your trip to Scotland was amazing.
Yeah, the trip was a blast. Yeah.
Broke the driver, but you managed to get through the rest of the week.
Correct.
Just using your 2-iron?
Well, I played the 3-wood the rest of the day.
Oh, wow.
At
how far can you hit that?
carry number's 280.
Okay.
Carry. And then out there that was going 310, 315 because the ball just hits and goes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep.
3-wood. That's crazy.
Yeah. It turns out so funny. The 3-wood. So I'm playing with my buddy Justin. He's on the PGA Tour.
Oh, okay. Is that I think I just followed him on Instagram. Is it
maybe
Justin Thomas? No, Justin
Lauer.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Justin Thomas, he's big time.
Maybe that's who I follow. I don't
We'll go with Justin Thomas. That's what I was playing with. So Justin, we're playing and he goes, "Hey, where'd you get that 3-wood?" And I'm like, I have no idea. I found it in my basement. Not sure how it ended up there. And he looks at it, he goes, "That's mine. I want that back." I'm like, "You can't have it back. I'm playing with it.
I need this."
Yeah, I need this.
Okay.
So it was pretty
so
funny.
Tyler steals golf clubs.
Yeah, steal golf clubs. Just a heads up. And I'm probably going to give them away to someone else.
I was about to say, he was talking about giving me this. So Justin, make sure if you ever go golfing with me, your club's probably going to be in my bag. Yeah. Because I don't have a 3-wood. So.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. So, but no, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great trip.
Oh, it was awesome.
Golf is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And then you went to the birthplace. So that's amazing.
Oh yeah. The old course. We got, so we left on Wednesday. We played Dumbarton, played Ellie, and then we drove from Ellie to St. Andrews. And you've always
seen
St.
Andrews? No,
you've always seen St. Andrews on TV.
Yeah.
You've always seen the golf course, but you never really see like the pan out of like the city. And I didn't realize that St. Andrews golf course is right on the edge of the city.
Really?
So we're driving this bus and we park it. And one of the guys that's already been there says, "Hey, Tyler, come on out." I'm like, "Sure." We're walking down this road and he goes, "Look to the left." And I look and there's 1 and 18 just right there. And I'm like, I started getting choked up. I'm like, this is insane.
It wasn't like that.
It felt like I was floating up above my body. I saw everything.
That's awesome.
It was, and the people it was called the St. Andrews Experience is who we booked it through.
Oh, okay.
We actually stayed at the hotel that was on the 18th green. Well, their apartment's not really a hotel. So on the 18th green, you look behind you, there's a giant red building, however old it is, and that's where we stayed.
Dang.
Blessed.
I was about to say.
Blessed life.
Dang. And we're going to get into being blessed.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Once we get done with this Scotland trip that's taken, I love this though. This is amazing. But so obviously you stayed in an amazing building.
Yeah.
You know, if you're ever going to St. Andrews Experience is what you want to book with, seems like.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a deal with myself. If I can shoot under 80 ever, then I'll go to St. Andrews.
There you go. You have to.
If I shoot in the 90s, then I'll get new clubs.
There you go. There you go. And if you never break 90, you can still go.
Yeah.
Because you got to go.
That's true.
You have to.
Maybe I can convince the wife to go to Scotland.
She would love it.
Yeah, there's got to be other stuff there for women to do, right?
A lot of shopping. There's a lot of shopping.
She loves golf. She doesn't. But no, man. This is why I had to have you on. Obviously, you're a lot of fun. You're kind of funny.
It's not what my wife says.
It's because she's heard every joke. And
that's right, Tyler. Yes. Gosh, you're so annoying.
Yeah, same with my wife. But no, I kind of want to go into, and talking about the faith aspect that you have, and kind of where that came from. How's that kind of intertwine with your golf game? Does it help you in golf? I'm assuming it does. Helps me,
Yeah.
I try not to. I feel like the golf course and the basketball court are the two angriest places I've ever been. I get super angry when I'm golfing and during basketball games. I don't know what it is.
What about baseball?
No, baseball, I never really got that angry.
So that's
because I can only get really mad at myself, but basketball and golf, I can blame other things, even though it's still myself. But
who are you blaming on the golf course?
Well, it's the club, it's the course, it's the wind, it's the ball. I mean, what is there not to believe? I can blame anything.
I can blame, not me.
Yeah, everything.
I'm perfect.
I'm just holding the baseball, throwing it on the baseball field. Like, I got nothing to. Can't blame. Dang it, wind.
Sunlight.
Yeah,
the ball's not grippy.
Yeah, so I can blame it on the sun. And I never cheated holding the ball with grip. Never had any sticky stuff, just in case anybody was wondering.
Good for you.
Yes, but I might be still playing if I had that. So I might need to do that. But no, I will say at the end of the day, there's some times when I get angry on the golf course, but obviously I keep going back.
Yeah.
Spending money every time I go out.
Oh yeah.
I want to buy new clubs. I want to do all this stuff. So I'm obviously not that angry, but
it's that one shot that brings you back.
Oh yeah. And that was my shot on hole 8. I hit it and I go, wow. I really hit, I shook hands. That's my thing. I shook the proper hand out in front of me. So, it's golf talk, pro golfers here. But no, faith story, God, Jesus. Yeah. Church.
Church.
Let's get into that. I'm kind of just curious, just kind of I know I put your faith story, but like,
no,
when I did my Bible study and we went through Rooted with my small group, we kind of just talked about having that. It's kind of like a salesman, your elevator pitch or your 2-minute story of your life that you can just share with someone. It's not like you're like pushing your faith on someone, but you're not trying to get them to buy Jesus, but it's just like, this is how my life was, and this is how it is now. Yeah. But kind of explain, how you came to faith and all that
absolutely. Stuff. Very fortunate to be raised in a family aspect. My mom and dad were very close, sister very close. The family aspect I had growing up was something that I want to replicate. I want to be a dad like how my dad was to me. And I was in church at a very young age, Vacation Bible School, all the good stuff growing up, all of it. And so very thankful for it. And then went to Malone, small Christian college. Yeah. Never really saw myself going to a Christian college. Never really saw myself going to Malone. But God opened doors, met the right people, and Coach Highland there, he's still there now. He's one of the greatest people I've ever met. That's just so genuine and just wants to help you as a person. And you talk to so many people and so many different like D1 coaches, they have one thing on their mind. We care about you. Yeah. But he's trying to win to make a check. That's a program. Yeah. You got to make it. Yeah. Coach Highland's not like that. And just wants to do everything he can to lift you up as a person. And he was a Christian, is a Christian. Sorry, Coach.
Atheist now. Sorry, Coach Highland. No,
it's a bad ending to the story, but that's not the point. It's not the point.
Still is Christian.
Yeah. So we went, and it was when I went to college, and again, I only lived 10 minutes down the road, but I lived on campus, and that was the first time in my life where I could kind of do what I want. Mm-hmm. And this was the first time that wasn't trying to get curfew at home at 11 o'clock in high school or what have you. Yeah. But even in high school, I was never that person, kind of like how we talked, you were never that person. I was never that person in high school to go out and go do stuff. I was on the golf course almost every night with my dad. And I loved it. Friday night, hey, you want to come to the football game? Nah, I gotta go golf. And
you guys are about to play Dover. You're going to lose anyway. No, I'm joking. Perry would destroy us. But go ahead.
So that was and that's honestly Rooted. Dad and I connected on such a deep level, starting with our faith, and then me looking up to him and his relationship with my mom, and friends would ask to hang out, and I would look for my dad, Dad, tell him I can't go. I don't want to go. Now
they're watching this. I'm like, oh, Tyler.
Yeah, sorry. Bit of a loner, golfer.
That's why you're good. Got to perfect the craft. Got to spend all this time and effort. Obviously
time and
committed.
effort. Yeah. And And it all stems back to my faith in that regards. I felt like from a young age, like that's what I've always wanted to do, is be a professional golfer. And I really feel like, you know, God gives you the desires of your hearts as long as those desires are rooted in Him, because we can always have we all have different desires.
Yeah.
But are those your selfish desires or those God-given desires? And God-given desires, He always gives those to you.
Yep.
So I really believe that golf was a God-given passion of mine growing up. And it wasn't until I got to college I was able to exercise that faith and really get put into situations that, you know, stretch you.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was...
I like the word choice. I thought you were going to go test, but I like stretch.
Yeah, I don't like the word test.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, test, more stretch.
Yeah.
And it's not, I mean, that's where your faith is growing, right? Only when you're uncomfortable.
Yep.
You can't grow when you're comfortable. It's only when you're stretched and expanding is when your faith can actually truly grow.
And that reminds me, because, you know, there's like a lot of gospel songs that I grew up listening to that said, you know, God will never give you more than you can bear. And I don't think that's true anymore. It's a good song, beautiful song. Kirk Franklin, God's Property. It was a great song, but I think you're wrong.
Still
because if God never gave us more than we can bear, why would we need Him?
Exactly.
So I think we get stretched to the point where we need to call on Him.
Yes.
And, you know, place our faith and trust. That's when you really can say, oh yeah, you know, I trust God.
Yeah.
Until you're like, oh, this is my point. I got to take over. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I got it now. Yeah.
But yeah. So.
No, that's exactly kind of what took place with faith and in golf. And faith has played just a huge role. Even where I'm at now. I mean, I'm constantly trying to figure out, okay, God, what do you want what am I supposed to do? What do you want me to do? And I've listened to so many different sermons and talking with the right people. And
who you like the best? Who you listen to the most recently, I guess? Because, you know, once I went away from my home church, I was listening to Andy Stanley and stuff like that. Now I'm like, you know, I like Tim Ross a lot, but he's retired as a pastor now. And because you know, people are grabbing at him, want him to mentor him and all that. And kind of, you know, you don't really have that much time when you're trying to prepare sermons every week. Yeah. And now he's just like, okay, a podcast would be a best way to just get how I would mentor out to as many people as possible. Yeah. Yeah. But I like his, you know, and he's raw and real. A lot of stuff you can't say in church, what he's saying. Correct. Which is kind of, you know,
it's what you need. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, it's what you need.
But yeah, he's my favorite now. And even heard my pastor, Jamie Blickensderfer, quote him. I was like, oh, Jamie, listen to him wrong.
Nice. Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, who's yours? Sorry.
So
your home pastor?
No. Yeah. Pastor Michael Caminetti. I love him. Yeah, he's awesome. But Pastor Noah Nickel, he's actually his son-in-law. Started a church up in Cleveland, King's Church. Okay. And I listened to all his podcasts, and his preaching is just the way he navigates today's times. He walks and preaches about grace, and it's just so profound.
That's what's up. I feel like grace is left out.
Yeah. And it's such a tough topic to talk about because, you know, so many people, I mean, I hear it all the time. We hear about grace, and it's not a get out of jail free card. No, it's not. And people are like, oh, I can go do this. God died on the cross for me. No, it's not. You're missing it. That's not it. So he navigates that, and it's just so profound. And it just centers you. It's just fantastic.
Sounds like he's a good communicator.
Fantastic communicator. Yeah. And then when we sit down and talk, he likes to listen. He'll ask you a question. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you asked that. I don't even know I don't know how to answer that. So he's such a good listener. But also Judah Smith, I read, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on the book that my wife and I read. How's Your Soul? And this was back in like 2015, 2016. He wrote this book.
The book is called How Is Your Soul?
How Is Your Soul? And it is...
His name is Judah Smith.
Judah Smith.
Okay.
Out of, I think...
Sorry, that was a coach of quote yelling at me. I must have did something wrong. Yeah, Coach Chip doesn't cuss. So the stuff.
Oh, really?
The stuff comes out of his mouth. It's
Football
hilarious.
coach doesn't cuss.
Yeah, he's different.
Huh. Yeah. Good different?
Good different.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, when I do say that, people are like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "No, it's a good thing."
Yeah, it's
like
good.
you're only going to see him at school, practice, funerals, weddings, like and church. That's the only place you're going to see him.
That's it.
But yeah, so
Yeah. Okay.
I gotta have him on the show. By the way, one of these
You
years.
should.
Yeah, I just feel like this is not his
Forte.
Yeah, he doesn't. Like I said, you only see him in 5 places.
Got to make it 6.
Yeah, let's go podcast. Get in front of the camera, coach. But yeah, Judah Smith. How is your soul?
How is your soul? Unbelievable
Read
book.
it now.
And right now I'm reading John Mark Comer, Ruthless Elimination of Hurry.
Ooh,
Percy, I tell you what, this book is life-changing.
Really?
Because he talks about our generation nowadays, and it talks about the hurriness and how hustle, like you confuse hustle and hurry. So how's life? Oh, I'm busy, man. And people look at it like, oh, good for you, you're hustling.
Yeah.
No. And like like Sabbath is a commandment.
Yeah.
And people forget about that.
So,
And it's like,
I'm glad you're saying all this.
it's just, and I'm reading it, and I've always been like, I mean, all of us guys are, let's go, let's get
we
it
gotta
done.
grind.
Gotta grind, get it done.
Yeah, we gotta be a provider. You know?
Yeah, wake up early, get it done.
Yeah.
I used to watch a YouTube video back in college. You have to want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe.
Is that Eric Thomas?
I have no idea. It was some YouTube montage I would just watch. Like,
He was on every motivational montage ever made.
probably was.
Eric Thomas was, but I think he's a preacher, and he's.
Oh,
But I feel like he was homeless before, and he
Wow.
had a crazy journey, and now he's probably one of the most profitable inspirational speakers ever.
wow.
So, but
yeah, worked out.
but yeah, he was in all of them. I actually had him on my Notion dashboard. If you don't know what Notion is, find out. It's the best app ever made. I'm looking at Notion right now. It's
like
the greatest thing.
Threads. You blew my mind with Threads.
It is not like Threads.
All right.
It's I don't know how to even explain it. It's literally an app / software that you can have. This is just an episode I have in here. It would take a lot for me to explain, but I want to simplify it. It is a productivity app that will let you organize your work and life seamlessly. I should work for Notion. Hit me up.
It's a good promo. I've never felt more old talking to you. Everything you're saying, I'm like, I have no idea.
And you're younger than me.
That's what's weird. All this golf is turning me into a 60-year-old grump. I gotta quit playing golf.
Never. But we do need to go out one of these times.
Yeah, I wish we could go Saturday.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
I gotta try to stay married though.
Yeah, you were just in Scotland for a week. So. Well, you might have to take a little break.
Yeah.
Unless you're earning money, I think you need to be.
Exactly. Yeah.
But no, I do kind of want to, like, obviously faith is a big part of my life. Before I switch subjects, and I'm assuming this is your father based on what you just said, but who was the most, I'll give you a couple. I won't let you, I'll give you a get out of jail free card and list a couple people that have been the most influential in your faith journey.
My faith journey.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, my parents, absolutely. My parents.
Yeah, you better include mom in there.
Yeah, my mama. Yep. And coaches, because so Coach Highland, obviously he was a Christian, and I was fortunate enough to have a high school golf coach, Jeff Jackson, who was also a Christian as well.
Nice.
But I've also had swing coaches that aren't necessarily I don't know if they're believers. We've had conversations. I don't know if they're, they go to church. I don't know if you're a believer. I don't know. And that's okay.
Yeah.
But having the ability and to be able to connect, golf is such a spiritual game. It really is. And to be able to connect on the golf course and then have those conversations about faith and have those conversations about your walk. And golf is so, what other sport can you be with someone for 4 or 5 hours without really much distraction?
Yeah.
You're going to have those conversations.
Yep.
And that's what's so great about this game is it brings you together, and you can have those. You can't basketball. I'm trying to rip your head off most of the time.
Yeah.
I'm not asking how's your soul. Like, are you okay? I'm trying to beat you.
Dunk on them, be like, hope you're safe.
See you in church tomorrow. Screw you.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, but yeah, for my faith, my parents and also my coaches and Pastor Noah Nickel, he's always been a mentor of mine.
What's up?
He's always been so gracious and willing to hear me out and willing to talk. Because I mean, navigating professional golf in life has been at times exhausting, and I need to talk to somebody.
I just asked that question the other day. I go, how do golfers like keep focused, stay centered, stay present? I don't know how long it takes a pro golfer to golf, but for 4.5 hours for me for 18, like I just lose focus sometimes. I'm just up to the ball, I'm like hit it, and I'm just like, wait, I didn't even think about anything. Like, what just happened?
What club is that? Grab the 5-iron. I'm 100 yards away. What am I doing? No, it's you have to navigate it, and I've asked different people about that, and you have to go back to what your personality is. So if you're on the golf course for 5 hours, you cannot focus for 5 hours straight. It's impossible. Focus for those 30 seconds that you're supposed to hit the ball, and then you hit the ball and turn it off.
Gotcha.
Okay, you're done. And you and I are happy-go-lucky guys. So when I'm out golfing, I got to have a conversation with someone. Yeah. If it's a group of foursome, we're playing a tournament, and it's just, I'm like, all right, now what do I do? Who do I talk to? So I chit-chat with my caddy.
You'll never have that problem golfing with me.
I'll tell you be quiet while I'm swinging first.
Yeah. I know better than that. Sometimes I might try to screw you up I'm just
on purpose.
That happened to me the other day. Like right after my birdie putt, I was putting for par, and my brother-in-law ripped one right in the back to take away on my putt. I'm like, are you serious?
Come on.
I was gonna miss it anyway, but I was like, bro, you messed me up.
That's your re-putt.
Yeah, I need a mulligan.
I got a re-putt.
Fart in my backswing.
Speaking of re-putt, I got to tell you this funny story. So my uncle and my cousins, they play by different rules at golf. And that's what we were over in Scotland, and they were like shocked by like, oh, you don't take 2 off the first tee? I thought that was like a rule.
What they call a breakfast ball?
Breakfast ball. Well, you get a breakfast ball in that hole, and you get a breakfast ball in 10.
Wow.
But they also have a rule called a gallery ball. Gallery ball, if you hit it in the heather, well, if there was a gallery here, they'd be able to find my ball. My ball should be right here. A gallery ball, and drop a ball, no penalty, because it's supposed to be right here. If there was a gallery. I never heard of that.
I like that. All right, we're adopting some new rules.
Gallery ball.
Yeah, my brother-in-law, he's like, oh, it's in the trap? No, there's no traps today. He's like, what are you doing now on the trap? I told you not to do that. I'm like, yeah, I should have listened, but I want to get better at golf, you know? He goes, well, I want to learn how to golf before I get better at golf. That's what he told me. I was like, that's actually a good point.
That's good.
Yeah, so Shane, if you're watching this, I might take that into consideration. But
that's good.
But yeah, so that's awesome, man. Obviously, spirituality, you said, like, I never thought of it like that, but it makes sense. And, you know, golf is, like you said, undistracted, 4 hours to 5 or 6, whoever you're playing with.
Yeah.
That time alone is, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When you're playing alone, and back to spirituality, how often are you spending alone time with Christ? And a lot of people nowadays, can you sit still in silence for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5, 10?
I don't think my pastor just said this. I don't think many people want to because they're afraid. They don't like to think like or even feel their thoughts. They're like, oh gosh,
yeah.
Because then we realize that we're humans and we're not that great. But I got made fun of my older sister. She saw on my calendar that I had time scheduled in to pray and read my Bible. And she's like, you got to have that time scheduled in. I'm like, dang, I'm sorry. Are you one of his disciples? You just with him at all times? Like, I got everything else scheduled. Why can't I have Jesus
scheduled in? Yeah, got to schedule it.
Yeah. So, and you know, I still skip it sometimes.
Things happen.
Yes, but I get a notification. So.
One of your apps.
Yes, exactly. But it's an important aspect of your life, and if you aren't pouring into the spiritual cup, just like for me, it's the education. I'm trying to learn all this stuff right now. I'm trying to learn sign language because I want to call myself a great communicator. And my wife, she's got a hearing aid already in one ear. Who knows what could happen? And I like to just communicate with all people. So if I can't communicate with someone who's deaf, then How can I be a great communicator?
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be difficult. My pastor's wife at church is, she does ASL on our live stream. So I control the live stream for our church once a month. And she does that. And I'm always like admired me, like, just like, I want to learn that. She's like, it's not going to be easy. I'm like, dang it. Why are you already starting off telling me?
Bring it on.
Yeah, let's go.
I can do it.
Yes. But so
you're
that's
graced
my goal.
for that. You're graced. You can do that.
Exactly. Well, and the thing I want to mention also is Andy Mineo. Do you know who Andy Mineo is?
Yeah.
So he had a song, and he basically in the song apologized to his sister because his sister's deaf and he never learned to sign. And he didn't understand how she felt until he was with her and a group of her friends that were deaf, and he couldn't communicate with him. And they were all communicating, and he was like, I get it.
I get it.
And
wow.
he, and it's funny, his sister's name is Grace. So
he's
like, yeah.
Wow.
So that kind of stuck in my mind. I think that song came out in like 2011. So it's taken me, 12 years to be like, I want to learn something.
It's not the point. It's not the point.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to get there.
You're getting there.
But before we close down, this episode, I want to, talk a little bit about golf. I mean, you all are golfers. I know we've talked about golf, but I want to get to some other things like, for me, obviously, I always regret that I didn't start golf earlier. I've already got my son golfing. He's going to golf camp tomorrow.
Awesome.
To see Blake. Give him some good lessons, Blake. Yeah. My golf journey, because I'm a competitive person and I want to get better. But for me, I relate golf to basketball in the fact that you don't need anyone else. Like you can go shoot basketball forever.
Yep.
Like pitching in baseball, you need someone throwing you the ball or you need someone catching the ball.
Yeah.
You can throw to a target, but that's
not the same.
Yeah. You don't get the feedback. You don't get the feedback of a swish or a smash ball down the center or a putt in the cup. You don't, it's not the same. So I just enjoy because I've always been that type of person. Whether it's film and football, like dissecting defenses and saying, how can I attack this defense? I love that type of stuff.
I asked you when Blake fitted you, you sent me all this. Oh, my club angle was coming in 2 degrees too far inside. My loft was coming in down. So my I was just like, I just read it. Like, oh my gosh.
I think you said, you sound like a golf pro.
You sound like a golf pro.
I was like, well, I wish I could play like one. Dang it.
That's right.
But,
That's right. You like that stuff.
Yeah, I love it. I love, and sometimes I think it does, hurt me, especially in baseball. I would be over analyzing different things. And instead of just being free and being an athlete, it would kind of curse me in some situations. But I think it makes me who I am. So I don't want to throw it away.
Correct. No. And I tell people all the time to be an athlete on the golf course. And especially with putting, I don't take a practice stroke. I see my line, I get up, I fire.
Okay.
And I read some guy somewhere, he said, do you think about it, your signature, when you're writing your signature, do you think about it? And I was like, well no, it just
think happens. About it when you're eating your food? No, you just
go right in.
Yeah.
So he was saying you have to make golf a reactionary sport. Like every other sport out there, you react. Yeah. And how do you make golf a reactionary sport? You just go. You see the shot, okay, in your head, okay. You get over the ball, you go, you fire. And if you look at pros on TV, they take a lot of time to figure out what club to hit, the number, the wind, where they want to land it. But once they have that number, boom, 152, low draw, boom, get up, let's hit it. So if you can make it a reactionary sport like everything else, it'll help you.
Yeah, I noticed that my career really took off when I just said, I'm just going to try to chuck this ball hard.
As fast as possible.
And see what happens. And then I got called up. And then as soon as I got called up, I went back to analyzing everything. I got to be an all-star now, so I have to do this. And I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Because, Bauer and Lindor were getting on me. Like, dude, because Lindor was all positive. He's smiling like, come on, man, just relax. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, of course you're going to be smiling. I mean, you're blessed in every way.
Yeah. Shortstop.
Yeah. But, Bauer, I'm coming off. He's like, bro, I thought you threw hard.
He said that?
He was kind of playfully, cause I'm assuming he heard, hey, there's a guy coming up, throws 99, blah, blah, blah. And then my first couple pitches, I was like 94, 95. And he's like, man, I thought you threw 99.
Listen here, Trevor.
Relax. But no, yeah. So I would always, you know, overanalyze the situation.
Okay. Well, being around Trevor's probably not the best guy to be around, with him being super analytical.
That is true. But I would say he's good at that, because when he's performing, he's not like,
he can turn his brain off.
Yes.
Okay.
But when he's practicing and doing all that stuff, he's
Studies.
obsessive, and he's, you know.
Yeah.
And we have this thing, because my family always play cards, and, you know, you're looking at your cards, you're making a movie, you know, study long, you study wrong. That's what they say all the time. I'm like, oh, I wish somebody would say that in the bullpen.
Yeah, nice.
But no, so obviously golf has been, it's like the saying, baseball has been very, very good to me. Golf has been very, very good to Tyler.
Yes, very good.
What age did you begin again?
First 9 holes is when I was 4. I played 9 holes.
Dang.
Yeah. Shot 63.
Yeah, I remember when you said you shot a 63.
He thought I was playing 18 holes.
I was like, okay, dude.
He said 18 holes. I was like, you shot 63? Okay, listen. It was 9 holes. And I played from the red tees.
Still. I mean, you better, you're 4.
Yeah, that's true.
But
yeah.
So, you know, that's encouragement for all those who want to play golf. Start at age 2. Because not everybody's going to be, you know, physically gifted.
Yeah.
But for me, there's always something, for me, like in baseball, the hardest thing for me to kind of understand or reel in and just become natural at was believing that I could throw like accurately and with aggression. I thought to be accurate, I had to take some off and you know.
Yeah, Greg Maddox.
And and there was a time when you could really let it go. And I figured out later when I was, you know, it took me 20 years, but I got to the point where I'm like, oh, you know, for me to repeat my mechanics over and over again, I got to keep doing the same speed. If I go fast, slow, there's not going to be a way. And I'm assuming that I've experienced that with golf, I believe, where I was getting that chipping thing. If I'm 40 yards away, I'm like, okay. And then that's when I either thin it and it goes over the green, or I hit it 2 feet and I'm like, what am I doing? Because I go here and I just decel, like, massage it. But yeah, so that's my problem. For you in golf, what was like the toughest thing that you had to overcome, whether it be swing mechanics, whether it be your mental approach, or anything like that?
It was always mentally.
Okay.
I was always so hard on myself. And people, growing up, people always said, you're not going to hit every shot perfect. And I would say, why not? Why? Why can't I?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, that's what. And I read a book called Vision 54, and it was based off of, if you go back to your home course and you looking back at all the times you've played your home course, I bet you've birdied every hole. And it's like, yeah, I've birdied every hole. And they say, well, why not birdie every hole in the same round? So that was kind of the concept of because it's called, people are afraid of going low. Like you get to 4 under, 5 under, 6 under, and you start getting nervous. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm 6 under par. Like, how am I going to keep going? And it's to push past that and say, I've been here before. I've birdied every hole before. And it talks about that regard, about going low. But when I was playing professionally, it was definitely mentally taxing on me, the playing poorly. And I had to redefine what success was. Okay. Because being competitors, winning was the only thing that mattered. We look at Tiger, greatest golfer. Yeah. Greatest golfer of all time, didn't even come close to winning every time. Yeah. So I had to redefine what success was. Winning wasn't the success. Winning was controlling your emotions, controlling what you can control. And if I came out of that golf course, that round, not defeated, not beat up, disappointed at times, but not to the point where I'm questioning life. Yeah. That was the success. And there was times where, like the night before a tournament, I couldn't sleep. I'm thinking about, what am I going to do on hole number 4? That's a draw. I'm hitting a fade swing right now. How am I going to, if I could hit 3 iron off the tee, but then I have 200 yards in. I'm not hitting my 7 iron well. There's a bunker short. I can't go in the bunker. There's water on the right. What do I do on hole number 4? I don't know. So you get all these thoughts in your head and you just can't turn your brain off. Yep. And then again, but that's where faith steps in. And God says he's the Prince of Peace. You hold on to your scriptures and hold on to that and learn to apply that to life. And that's when I was able to really freely play the game of golf.
That's what's up. That's some good advice. People, take it. You know what I'm saying? Shut your brain off sometimes.
Sometimes. Don't.
Not when you're driving. But Tyler, man, I appreciate you coming on the show. This has been awesome. You know,
Oh, thanks for having me, man.
I think I say this to the people that I don't feel like we covered everything I wanted to cover. We'll have to have you back.
Absolutely. You have my Venmo now. So.
Yes. We'll make sure it's Venmo's down. You guys can all send him money. But no, I've had fun this show. And you know, this is why I do this. So
This is awesome. This is really good.
You know, now it's time for you to make your own podcast.
You'll be my first guest.
Yes, of course. Love it. But Josh, thank you for producing and being a producer and letting us be the producee.
Is that plural?
I don't know.
It's producei. It's like cacti.
Producei. Yeah.
Producei.
That's what I said. Yeah, we'll have to have you back, like I said. And stay tuned. All Tyler's socials will be down below. So if you want to get in contact with him, you can figure out how you can fix your swing. He does free lessons 24 hours a day. And but no, seriously, I appreciate you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe on the video. Definitely hit the bell because that lets you know when we have a video that goes up. And definitely check my other socials. There'll be clips of the episode if you don't want to sit through an hour. Because Tyler's kind of boring, obviously. But no.
Sometimes.
Yes. Yeah. No, it was fun. It was great. We're going to have to get on golf.
Yes,
if
I'd love
you
to.
want to golf with me, I only charge $20 and we can go out and play 18. All right, no, seriously, I'm ending the show. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.
I got a crib by the water. Say me casa su casa. It feels like Casablanca. Shawty, you my little mama. I got a crib by the water. Say me casa su casa. It feels like Casablanca. Shawty, you my little mama. She be on that Henny. I like that Corona. I love her smell.